Recognition of your sameness. January 26, 2014. It is well understood that any act of kindness carries a natural expression of love that is pure, where there are no differences concerning any other parts of your thinking self. You are not acting as a separate entity, you are bridging the gap between separation and unity. It is natural and easy for you to appreciate those that are continuously kind. You trust them, easily give them your respect and hold them as being of value and worthiness, and many times find yourself drawn to their energy. You are able to sense a special purity and genuineness that these dear souls express naturally, and is felt and understood as someone of a selfless nature, and quite easily they carry qualities that inspire you and encourage you to enhance your own life and journey. We know not every dear soul is consistently kind and selfless, and we encourage you to not feel shame towards any imperfections you may have. Remember, there is always room to grow and to improve what you don't like, and what you want to see change. Anytime you act kindly, you are demonstrating wholesome attitudes and feelings. When you learn to just be, and to accept all people being deserving of love and kindness, any walls you may have erected dissolve, and you come to realize there is nothing to fear and you never needed those walls. The walls only prevented you from truly loving at the unconditional level. The more you discover the wisdom of your inner self, the more you come to realize through quiet solitude, meditation, and finding comfort in God's presence, the more you will lean towards kindness towards yourself and to all people, regardless of how they may be dressed, if they are clean or dirty, or if they are rich or poor. Kindness has no discrimination. It is there for all to bask in. Try to remember, dear ones, that to God you are all the same. Within all your many differences, you all still beat a rhythm of love that comes from your heart, and He loves each of you equally, not one more or less than another. And within that sameness, dear ones, is your seed to cultivate kindness. Of course, before you can begin practicing kindness, you must become aware of how you are currently treating people, from your thoughts through any judgments, criticisms or bias-based opinions, and then also being aware of your use of words and actions. By observing your reactions through the many interactions you have, you are able to recognize certain thought patterns and emotions that may have prompted the interactions to take place. When you take up the conscious practice of observing yourself in action, you are able to see with an objective eye, not just from your single point of view, but you are able to see how others may have perceived your actions or words by how they affected them. When you become aware of how you have treated other dear souls, especially if you have been less than kind to some and kinder towards others, you begin to notice any justifications that were the cause of your selective kindness. Once you are able to see clearly how your actions, words, thoughts and feelings towards another can have a huge gravitational effect, you begin to see within your treatment of other dear souls, the opportunity to change. If you want others to treat you with kindness, respect, love and appreciation, then these qualities are what you are to demonstrate. Comprehend, dear ones, in order for kindness to thrive and to become a steady and loving habit, it requires you to extend yourself through many forms of generosity and charity that doesn't always include monetary giving. The giving of your kindness, respect, love and appreciation doesn't have to cost you a dime, but it will cost you a little effort, because you must be able to look beyond your own needs and wants once in a while. How you treat people from within your thoughts and emotions is also important, dear ones. Kindness is not just an external expression. It must also come from within. If you are thinking unkind and unloving thoughts of someone while at the same time doing something kind, your intention behind your actions will be felt and known. It is essential that kindness is pure and genuine. It is important to look deep within yourself when you are holding unkind thoughts and feelings towards another instead of displaying kindness and appreciation. It is essential for your development of kindness to know where the source of your feeling of any unkind thought or feeling comes from. It very well could be that you and the other dear soul don't share the same point of views in some areas. Possibly you feel competitive or envy. In order to demonstrate kindness from within, it is essential to learn to let go of your attachments to opinions you may have towards another dear soul. Understand, dear ones, any forms of jealousy or even envy will poison your loving heart and take you off the track of being your true loving self. Cooperation and competition can be described as being identical to the reasons you push yourself along your current path. Competition can be healthy when it encourages you to continue when fatigue sets in, but when your self-centered nature kicks in, then competition becomes unkind, and we have witnessed many dear souls in this place demonstrating unloving behavior. For the dear souls that feel compelled to impress and to make themselves out to be greater than others instead of accepting each dear soul as equals, eventually will poison their own heart unless they can turn their negative thinking and become loving and kind once again. It is essential, dear ones, if you wish to feel liberation from within and to move towards the path that is loving and kind, then it is vital to let go of the need to be unkind that can often drive you. The easiest motivation for you to be kind towards others is the recognition of your sameness. Remember, it is your thoughts, emotions, attitudes and intentions that can color or shade and obscure your perception of other dear souls. When you can look beyond all the labels, all the categories, and other ways that cause separation, you will begin to see there is a dear soul that also carries feelings, has a heart and deserves to be loved and to be shown kindness. Don't let the surface body of a dear soul be your excuse to not share your kindness. We know each of you has your own shape and way, but beneath all the differences, awareness is still there and you are able to share in this conscious awareness of sameness. It makes no difference if another person thinks differently than you, holds different beliefs or practices, they too look up at sky and see the sun or the moon, and they too can feel the earth moving beneath their feet and be marveled by the wonders of nature. When you are able to finally see beyond all your differences that there is sameness with other dear souls, that the person in front of you or beside you is like you, then it becomes easy to be genuinely kind. The moment you are able to see yourself in the other person's shoes, you create a bond that comes from the heart, and this bond may be invisible, but it is what shows you that this person also has hopes and dreams, and a little bit of kindness will help along their journey. When you come from the place of sameness, kindness then becomes a loving habit, a habit that becomes part of your normal makeup during any interaction you have with any dear soul that inhabits this wonderful planet. When you do recognize you are having an unkind thought or feeling a negative impulse rising within you, you know the importance of letting it pass, because sometimes during interactions with others, being happy trumps being right. Whenever there is a window of opportunity for you to demonstrate courteousness or kindness, don't shy away from it. Move with this flow of energy, as it is rewarding for you as well. There are situations already that exist where you can continue your practice of genuine kindness that doesn't require you to dip deep for wisdom. Being courteous, by opening a door, letting someone go ahead of you in a line, or offering an encouraging smile to someone who looks like they are having a bad day, are all fine examples of simple kindness, and kindness doesn't have to be fancy or elaborate to be effective, it just simply needs to be real and from the heart. Working on being kind, appreciative, respectful and loving will help to purify and transform your own heart. Don't forget that every time you act from kindness you are moving away from any notions of self-centeredness that is associated with the ego. Don't flatter yourself for being kind. Just be kind without expecting anything in return, the same way that unconditional love works. Don't wallow in indifference or take credit for your kindness, be kind because it feels good and you want to. With the practice of kindness towards a friend or a stranger will help you along your spiritual path, dear ones. Open your hearts and your actions and become a great loving expression of God working through your thoughts, feelings, words and actions. Let kindness become a natural part of your nature. I am Melchizedek through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com